Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T. I wrote it out, but I do know some people's strong suit isn't comprehension, aka reading. So some people are auditory. So I wanted to say this out loud. Rape literally is not that hard to understand. Rape is literally stripping someone of consent. A lot of you want to think about the act as being someone attacked someone in the alley, and literally we can all see that as rape. A stranger attacking a woman, it's always that's painted as what we deem a cut and dry situation of rape. Rape is a stripping someone of their consent. You are stripping someone of their real consent. Rape literally can be you are inside of someone and they tell you to stop, but you keep going. That's rape. Um, at any point where they revoke consent, it becomes rape. Rape is dealing with someone who is incapacitated. They are unable, they are not in their clear faculties. So, if you want to be really clear on rape, when someone is drunk, if they were to blow that goddamn thing that the cops have and they are not legally able to drive a car, bitch, they is not legally able to make the decision to say, I want to fuck you with a clear mind. With a clear mind. This is what I want to do. Literally, there has been situations of extreme people dealing with lifeless blackout bodies. That's rape. Y'all can go in the comments and argue with yourselves or argue in your thoughts in your head about someone being drunk. That's incapacitated. But there are literally situations where a nigga know a bitch is drunk out of her mind and literally like they will still rape her. They will still have sex with her lifeless body. And that concerns me because it's kind of like you're almost into, is it necrophilia? And then there's also incapacitated people who literally does not have the cognitive reasoning outside of being drunk, but they might not have the cognitive reasoning to say no. And so they may even consent and say yes, but they literally don't have the cognitive functionality to say no. I could think about this as the story of the woman who was in the nursing home. She had dementia. Her daughter put her in there, and her daughter had set up cameras for her because I think she had a risk of falling or something. And she noticed one of the volunteers who came to the nursing home to play the piano was raping her mother. Her mother looked like she was very much consenting. However, legally, her faculty, she literally can't consent to that. And he's a predator positioning himself in those environments. So, literally, a yes from an incapacitated person is a no. We've seen this with people being in comas and someone in the hospital taking advantage of them. That is rape. Drugging a person. I seen this on an interview by one of your socialites. Y'all have cult mentality. So I don't even need to say the name because y'all literally be have these people balls in y'all jaws, and literally I don't have time for it. So the name doesn't matter. The person who said it doesn't matter. It is the fucking behavior, bruh. He didn't actually do this, but he was visualizing. He was creating a scene, I guess, in a movie, or I don't know the whole full interview of what it was, but it wasn't him actually doing it. It was a kink and thought in his mind. So literally, he kept on saying it wasn't rape. He was like, it's not rape, because it's not like aggravated. It doesn't have to be aggravated, beat her ass into rape to be raped. So literally, I know that was confusing, but you don't have to have aggravation for it to be rape. Literally, he said this scenario. He said that one of his homeboys messed with one of his baby mamas or something like that. And so to get his homeboy back, he literally was going to drug his wife or baby mama, whoever she was, but he was going to drug her. And he was gonna rape her, and because he kept trying to say it wasn't rape, because he said he was gonna be sensual to her. He was gonna kiss on her, and he was gonna be gentle, and he was gonna do it nice and slow. But bitch, she can't consent. You drugged her. That is rape. That is rape. That is rape. Incest is rape for children. Incest is rape for children. Children cannot consent. I just want to say that. So whether it's incest, whether it's close friends, whether it's strangers, children can't consent. Anything under the age of 17 can't consent. I don't give a fuck what the law is. You should have a moral compass. You should have a moral compass. They do not, even if it is a young girl who's coming on to you, and y'all like to say those fast tail girls, you're the adult. Excuse me, I was eating oatmeal. You're the adult. You literally have to take responsibility and show these children how to invoke their no. Or do you lack self-control? Or are you into children? Because that's what it gives. Children can literally have crushes on their own motherfucking parents as a developmental thing. As a psyche thing, when they're young, they literally can have a crush on their own parents. It is the adult who has to allow them to realize, like, it is not like that. It is not like that. It's not like that. My daughter used to tell me she was going to marry me when she was little. She was going to marry me. Like, literally. Children literally have to be taught that you're their guide. Even if you're not their parent. You're the adult. But some of you are stuck in developmental stages that are not adulthood. Literally. We have to understand that and realize that, but that is not excusing rape. It is rape. Children can't consent in any fucking way possible. They are not able to understand the consequences from sexual activity. Sex is sacred. We have lost the sacredhood of sex. So we're out here just giving it up. And there are sexual beings who are free. And they know what the fuck they're doing. But not all of you know what you're doing. Like, not all of you are conscious of what you're doing. You shouldn't have to take sex. If you had to interrogate this girl into a yes, or this man into a yes, or this person who does not conform to gender norms into a yes, you begged and berated and beat someone into a yes. Like, if they said no and they kept saying no and then they finally gave you a yes, you have berated them into that yes. That is a form of rape. They really didn't want to have sex with you. Wouldn't you rather someone want to actually fucking have sex with you? It's magical when it's that way. It's detrimental when it's the other way. It's trauma when it's the other way. No means no. Sex should be consenting. Sex should be consenting. If you had to do some crazy shit just to get sex, then literally I can't find the words. I'm just going to leave it at that. Rape is the absence of no. And you can have a yes and still it be rape. You can literally invite, this is another one that irritated my soul. You knew what it was. You invited them over. You wore those clothes. You begged for it. I am here to admit that I literally was brainwashed into thinking it was the victim's fault. Maybe she should have had on better clothes. A nigga will rape you with you looking frumpy as a motherfucker. Literally, maybe she should have not went over there. She knew what he would have wanted those hours of the night. Maybe the fuck she wanted to talk and she wasn't trying to mind read. Y'all don't want us to mind read any other motherfucking time. Was she supposed to mind read that he wanted sex? Why do we live in a society where it is male dominated that a man just always wants sex? Y'all don't want nothing else? That's shallow as a bitch. That is surface level that's some basic level shit. That is some lizard brain shit. And we are conditioned. I was conditioned to think that, like, oh, I invited him over, so I asked for it. The fuck I did not. If I said no after he came over, then I fucking meant no. And that's how it should be. If he invited you over after a nightcap and you was no longer, let's just say you was thinking about it, and you no longer are thinking about it, and you invoke your no. It is rape. It is rape. It is rape. And yes, there are some situations where people are accusing people of rape out of strategy. We are at war, like literally, mentally, physically, biologically, all that shit. We are literally at war, spiritually, all of that. There are people who literally are trying to say that someone did something to them that they didn't do. And so I get that. But we're talking about actual victims whose stories are not cookie fucking cutter. There are stories where literally, I've heard a story where someone was actually raped at fucking gunpoint. Went over to the guy's house. She ain't want to do it. Gunpoint. Told her to do it. She ain't do it. He was going to kill her. Literally. She got raped because after the fact she got free. She felt violated. She didn't really know what to do in that situation, but she felt like he took something from her, so she literally wanted him to give her something in return. So she literally asked for the nigga to pay her phone bill, and he didn't do that. He literally act like, he was gonna do it, but he didn't do it. And then literally she started talking to, people she trusted and shit. And one of the people that she trusted literally told her that's rape. And what she did is called, I think that's called extortion. I wouldn't even say, I guess it got some blackmailing vibes in it. So like literally she did do something that literally would look like it's distasteful to society. But however, if somebody raped you, who gives a fuck? You probably ain't fucking thinking clearly any the fuck way anyway, because you just been fucking violated. And so literally when she goes in because a friend tells her like that's rape, that's not okay, and that's aggravated rape. That's aggravated rape. So literally you should go report this. He done this to other girls, all that shit. You should report it. She reported. They investigate. They find out what she did as far as the phone thing. And because her story, and see, that's my problem. Because her story literally doesn't fit a cookie cutter, pristine and clean narrative, he gets to get away with it. You don't look at it like, okay, maybe, like, that was maybe like, that might be one of the best things that she could have did. They don't look at it like maybe her faculties wasn't right because she had just got motherfucking raped. And she did get to escape with her life. They look at it like these stories, when we tell our true stories, that they are not susceptible to go for trial. And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Ain't shit perfect. So literally, like, you gotta literally, sorry, a message just popped up on my phone. You literally you gotta have like a cookie clean story. I even have a personal story too. One when I was in high school, I was being vindictive. I invited a guy over while I was mad at another one, and literally, I did not want to have sex with him. Like, I said no. I just wanted a rumor to start. I came out and told the one that I like the truth after literally, the other guy went around. He had raped me. I literally told him no over and over, repeatedly, over and over again. I still can remember to this day him having to grip my motherfucking legs open because I was saying no. He was pulling my clothes off me. I'm saying no. And then it just got to a point where, like, I just went out. Like, I just went out, waited for this shit to be over with. I told everybody still, friends as usual. Don't nobody give a fuck. Because we was born in rape culture. We was born that the women are at fault. We was born that women aren't rapists. We were born in a culture that does not deem women as rapists. They literally will tell you stats and say that shit is rare, and it is not. It is a lie. They just do not literally consider women doing that shit unless they're a teacher. And most of the teachers don't get caught. Because most of the boys don't tell. Most of the girls don't tell. They barely tell on the goddamn men when they're victims. We're all being victimized under different guises because we're allowing evil to hide under gender. We're allowing evil to hide under fucking false stats. They're not as honest as they're not that honest. Men lie, women lie, and if fucking people don't report it, then that is skewed. Your data is skewed. It is no longer it is false data. It's inaccurate. Women are rapists too. And I am talking about not gender, just gender. I am talking about biological sex. Women are rapists too. It is not rare. Stop saying that shit. They are rarely caught. They're rarely reported. Our boys and our men are suffering as well from rape. That's why a lot of us have rapist tendencies. A lot of people were victimized as kids and kept fucking doing the victimization. They were told it wasn't wrong. They were told it was okay to fuck little boys so they don't be gay. Y'all worry about y'all kids being gay, but y'all not worrying about y'all kids being immoral. Y'all not worried about y'all kids hurting people. But y'all worried about them being gay. There are gay rapists. There are gay rapists. Hold gay rapists accountable, but don't condemn the whole population of people who have different sexuality preferences. If someone raped you that is a different sex, or that was gay, or that was a father, or that was a mother, or auntie, or uncle, you can't sit there and say the whole population of mothers and fathers, aunties and uncles, women or men, are tainted. That person that did that to you is. And you have to heal. But this condemning all gay people got to stop. Your hatred for gay people got to stop. You don't really hate gay people. You hate rapists. You hate pedophiles that may have been gay. Stop getting caught up on the titles. Worry about who is distributing the fucking behavior. Call it the fuck out and hold it accountable. Rape is rape. I had a situation where I was blackout drunk. Bitch, I swear to God, like literally, I've heard women who literally will say, well, I'm not responsible if my friend want to go out with a person and that she met while we out clubbing. Bitch, I don't want to go nowhere with you. I wouldn't trust you with my life. If I go out with you and we get drunk, I get drunk and you got more sense than fuck I got, and you gonna let me go the fuck off with another person, and I came here with you? You're not a friend, bitch. You're not a friend, and I'm gonna say you're not a good friend. Maybe you're a person that's a good time, but you're not a person that I would want in my life, that I would want to have around me to trust. You basically said you would let me go off with Jack the motherfucking Ripper because I want to, and I came out to have fun. I heard this. I've heard it online. I've seen it in person. And I even had a black bitch tell me, excuse me, it was a black person that literally I was friends with. No, literally, and this is not just dedicated to black people. It's just my verbiage right now. Shit. My adjectives. She told me when I told her my story about a friend letting me get in the car. I mean, I had 2 shots of 151. And if you remember 151, you got to understand, like, I had never had this type of strength in alcohol. The first time I took a shot, it was 1. And I felt like I really had gasoline in my system. Like I was going and going and I was turned up. Literally, the second time I did it with the same friend, literally, the second when I took 2 shots of it, I can't even remember half of my night. It is bits and pieces. What I do fucking remember, and what I'll never forget, is this bitch helping me in the car. If you gotta help me in the car, bitch, I should not go. And if you can't have enough common sense enough to know that, I have been drunk and with my friends, and literally one of my friends was blackout drunk. This stupid bitch don't even remember because she was blackout drunk, and then I think she just chooses to forget her whole entire life. So literally, she don't care, and she's no longer a friend of mine. But I remember when she was drunk, she was blackout drunk. Born big as nothing. And 2 niggas was trying to help her get in the car. Because I'm like, where is she? Like, I'm asking everybody where she at. We in the hotel, right? Having a hotel party. I'm asking everybody where she at. She literally about to get in the car with him. But I can tell she is cognitively impaired. I can tell. You are a person that was around this person when they are not cognitively impaired. So you know. Whether you their friend or fucking not, you know. You know when a person is out of it. I was drunk myself, but I didn't let her get in that car that night. And I cussed the 2 niggas out that was about to take her in that car. Y'all are rapists. You niggas are rapists. You can't get pussy the honest way. You're a rapist. And people who are enable rapists are rapists as well. Stop going out with these bitches. Y'all gotta have conversations with your friends. You're gonna have to start having these conversations with your friends. Are they the type of friend that's gonna let your ass go with anybody just because y'all out having fun? Are they? You gotta have these conversations because that's rape. If you fucking can't think clearly, it's rape. If you fucking can't drive the car, it is rape. Your cognitive functioning is out of the fucking window. It is rape. It is rape. For me, I have a high motherfucking tolerance. It was rape. I have been in situations where I look back in hindsight and niggas was setting it up for the rape. But God spared me in those situations. And I don't regret going through whatever I fucking went through. I have faced it. I face it. When it come up, it's PTSD. When it come up, I face that shit like a G. If I gotta cry through it, if I gotta be angry with it, if I gotta do whatever I gotta do with it, I'm gonna do what I gotta do with it. If I gotta make a video and post it and look erratic and crazy, I'm gonna do it. If I gotta overshare, I'm fucking oversharing. Because what the fuck is even that? You motherfuckers just do not want people to heal. If a person just needs to talk about it, why would you want them not to talk about it? We're all going through a lot of different things. Ain't everybody going through the same thing, but there's a lot of people going through similar things. The more we talk about it, the more we discuss it, is the closer we can get to literally healing and freeing our fucking selves from this fucked up reality that we are literally upholding because we refuse to change it. We are now, once you become aware and you continue to perpetuate those same fucked up ideologies just so you can chase the bag, just so that you can have thrills and fun, just so that you can feel like you somebody in life, you are the evil that we are all trying to fight. You become the evil that we fight. I have been evil to myself. I have been evil to others. It's your responsibility to work on what's going on within you. And a lot of people are fighting it. You know why? Because they actually enjoy that shit. They actually like how that shit goes. They like the false power that comes from it. They like the power. They like taking power from other people. Rape is literally stripping someone of their fucking power. Yes and no is your power. Rape is stripping you of it. Taking someone's consent, period. Scammers, all that shit. Taking somebody's consent, period. Thinking that they naive and they gullible and all that shit. Like, bruh, it speaks more about you than it does them. It speaks more about you. You're not getting over on them. You're getting over on yourself because you're digging a deeper hole for yourself to come out of. Rape culture is dead. You are a rapist and it is nothing fucking okay about it. If you are fucking young girls saying that they are women because they're teenagers, you are a rapist. And you a grown ass man, you are a rapist. You are a rapist. What was okay back then is not okay now. You are a rapist. Setting your little boys up to get fucked early so they don't be gay. You are a rapist, and so is the woman that's doing it. You are a rapist. Y'all all are rapists. When your children come to you and tell, and because you have an undying loyalty to the person that they're telling on, and you choose them over your children, bitch, you are a rapist as well. You might as well, it's you going down with them. You might as well have did it, because you are allowing it to keep happening. Rapists and their enablers, your time is up, bruh. Like, literally, it's common sense. This shit is not okay. You are stripping people of their power. Them white colonizers knew it too when they came over here doing that shit. And when they stole ancestors from over Africa and they started doing that shit. Your ancestors knew that they were stripping them of their power. They knew that they were stripping them of their power. And you're perpetuating this same shit. Selling your daughters. I don't give a fuck if it's for dowry, if it's tradition. It was tradition that young girls got married off. It was nothing for a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old. Matter of fact, if you was a 17, 18-year-old woman and you weren't married, your ass was considered like a social pariah. You was an old hag. You was going to be, single and unmarried your whole entire life. Stripping women of their power. Like, literally, who said a woman wanted to be married? Who said all women wanted to have kids? Who said stripping them of their power so they don't know who they are? Selling them off young. It is a stripping of power that is happening in so many different systems and modalities, and this one has to stop. It has to be stopped. In no fashion or form is it okay. I don't care about the gender. I don't care about the sexuality. I don't care about your religion when it comes to rape. There are religions who literally, there's people going off the guise of saying that, God wanted them to have many wives, and so they're literally messing with little children. They taking wives and then messing with little children in their community. I'm not talking about polygamy. I'm not talking about polygamy with consenting women. I'm talking about when that polygamy turns into them literally taking children as their wives. and them using God to say that this is okay. They're stripping people of their power. They know it. Whether you know it or not, that is what is going on. And literally, rape is literally stripping someone of their no. Slave masters used to rape our men in front of us and literally strip them of their power, strip them of their dignity, of their respect. And we're turning right around and doing this same shit in our own culture. I done had like 3 phone calls. I don't get phone calls most of the day. I done had 3 phone calls. I done had a couple of messages pop up. The message will get out. Rape is a dead culture. Rape culture is dead.